What's going on, everybody? This is Max with BuzzTox here, and I'm back with another Game of Thrones news video. And with these videos, I go on watches on the wall and I give my thoughts and opinions on the latest Game of Thrones news to break. But before I get into it, I just want to issue a spoiler warning to all you guys out there. Obviously, I'm talking about crazy spoilers, so if you don't want to know anything about Game of Thrones Season 7, get the hell out of here, alright? But to those of you that have stayed, we actually have set leaks from Game of Thrones that further prove the validity of the plot leaks. And these set leaks really focus around what's happening at Eastwatch by the Sea and over the wall. Now, before I get into the set leaks, I'm just going to give you a rundown on what the plot leaks have said about Episode 6. It says, for one, that Jon and a group of men will arrive at Eastwatch by the Sea by boat. And it was very clear to say that Tormund will be there, the Hound, Beric Dondarrion, Thoros of Myr, and they're going to be in a dungeon, so I'm not sure what that means. And that this whole scene will involve Jon, Jorah, Davos, Tormund, the Hound, Beric Dondarrion, Thoros of Myr, and Gendry. And they also stated that Benjen will make an appearance. So let's look at the set leaks that confirm this news. After the new year, Game of Thrones continued to shoot in Iceland. And they've been spotted filming in southern Iceland in a village called Vik. Now, what Vik is actually famous for is their black sand beaches. And this is located on Vik's shores. And there have been multiple people spotted on set. First of all, Liam Cunningham, Joe Dempsey, Rory McCann, Christopher Hivju, I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but whatever, Kit Harington, Paul Kay, Ian Glenn, and Benjen was spotted, but not in this location. He was spotted in Belfast. However, the one person that has not been spotted is Richard Dormer. But I think all of these spottings really confirm that these plot leaks are legit. Every member that has been mentioned in the plot leak has been confirmed by the cast being spotted in Iceland. It's not confirmed on what's going to happen, but it is confirmed that all of these characters will be involved in an event. There have also been set leaks on the black sand beaches. And what we see is two boats actually are on shore. And these boats do look very similar as to the ones that Jon Snow, Gendry, and Jorah were leaving Dragonstone with. And on top of that, this does further confirm the validity of the plot leak. They're clearly meeting on a beach somewhere in the north to pursue something. And we know that they arrive in two different boats. So who are the groups of these people on the boats? We've seen the first boat. The first boat leaves Dragonstone, and that has Jorah, Jon Snow, Gendry, and Davos. And then there's the second boat, and that leaves the rest of the party that has been involved. And that is Thoros of Myr, Beric Dondarrion, the Hound, and Tormund. And this makes sense from a story perspective. Tormund has not been on set for Dragonstone at all, so it's believed that he's going to be in Winterfell. And in Season 6, we left off with the Brotherhood Without Banners and the Hound pursuing the North. So it's only natural that this group will meet up and then meet Jon at Eastwatch by the Sea. And that raises some questions about the plot leaks. The plot leaks state that Tormund, the Hound, Beric Dondarrion, and Thoros of Myr are in the dungeon. So what I can extrapolate from that is that they have already arrived at Eastwatch by the Sea, and they're living out in a dungeon waiting for Jon, Jorah, Davos, and Gendry to arrive. And by dungeon, I mean like a shelter or some kind of a cave or something to stay safe from the elements. And we could get a hint of that with one more picture. I may be reaching, but if you look at this landscape, it looks like there could be some kind of a cave or a shelter or something that these guys could hide out in while waiting for Jon to arrive. But the most fascinating thing is that there have been 9 characters spotted on this set, which further lines up with the plot leak and who is involved in this scene. We have Jon, Jorah, Davos, Tormund, the Hound, Beric Dondarrion, Thoros of Myr, Gendry, but Benjen makes the 9th. So it'll be interesting to see when Benjen arrives, or if he doesn't at that time. In the plot leak, he arrives in a very chaotic moment. However, this picture doesn't look very chaotic, so it's very interesting to figure out who could that 9th person be. Let me know in the comment section down below who you think that 9th character could be. Either it's Benjen, and that's going off the plot leaks, or it could be somebody else. But moving on to Arya's storyline, there has been an interesting character that is returning for Game of Thrones Season 7. And that person is actually David Bradley, and David Bradley plays Walder Frey. And you guys all know last time we saw Walder Frey, he got killed by Arya in the last episode of Game of Thrones Season 6. So to me, this means a couple things. For one, we're going to see dead Walder Frey. And number 2, we're pretty much going to start right where we left off with Arya. And a couple months back, they have actually been casting people to play Freys. So this is interesting because we're definitely going to be seeing Arya with Walder Frey. And we also have these other Freys cast. So I think we're going to see a huge revenge arc for Arya, and maybe she'll end up killing all of the Freys, just as they did to her family. But everybody, that is it for all the Game of Thrones news today. Let me know what you think about the news. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What was your thoughts on it? I just want to quickly apologize for only putting up one video last week. I know I said I was going to do 3 weekly and I was going to come swinging, and I haven't. Life has gotten in the way and I've been extremely busy, but I'm working on a lot of things and I'm really trying to produce quality, consistent content. But until then, I'll see you guys later.